What's up, my Tauruses? Welcome to Truthfully Tarot. My name is Niche, and if you're watching, it's because you want to know the truth. So let's get into it. All right, Taurus, this is your reading for July. And okay, cards already come out. What's crazy is bottom deck is our energy, because I'm a Taurus. Bottom deck energy is Taurus. And this card has come out a lot. All right, okay, this is the first thing that came to my mind. All right, Taurus, it's time to pop out and show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Taurus, it's your time. It's your time. It's your time. That's what I'm getting. So the first card we got is the third house, the third house. So the first card we got is the third house. And the third house, in astrology, your birth chart is broken up into 12 sections, which we call houses. And each house represents an area of existence, an area of life, a way that we kind of break up reality as we know it into these major categories. And so certain types of life experiences and things and energies belong in a particular house, and it goes through all 12. So the third house, the way that this deck has categorized it is as communication, thought, socializing, communication style, learning, the mind, early education, siblings, interests, short trips, and language. And so this is the realm of Gemini and Mercury. So that's on the board. And then the second card that came out is Leo. It's time to pop out and show, you know what I'm saying? So Leo, in astrology, the signs are, the way I like to put them, as energetic archetypes. They represent archetypical, I barely got through that word, archetypical energies, very thematic, right? Not just your personality. So Leo came out and it's titled The Showstopper. Enthusiastic, generous, magnetic, pretentious, show off, bossy, extroverted, proud, headstrong, loyal, seeks approval, loving, ruler of the fifth house. So for the general energies, we have third house and we have Leo. And again, it's definitely giving, I've been working on something in secret and then bam, I'm putting it out into the world, or bam, I'm stepping out with a career shift, or bam, I'm stepping out with a new person, or bam, like something. It feels like for July, for my Tauruses, it's they're surprised. I feel like a lot of my Tauruses are going to get surprises of some sort, or they're going to feel surprised or do the surprising. It's kind of the overall energy that I'm getting with my Tauruses for the month of July, right? You could receive some surprise communication. You could also reach out to someone that you haven't reached out to, or for an opportunity, or for something like that. So it just feels like for the month of July, again, Tauruses are moving. They are, the energy is picking up momentum. It's giving like the shit is being got together. We're getting the shit together. Like that's kind of the energy that it's giving for my Tauruses in July. And that's not to say that all of July it's going to be great, this like showstopper fun experience, but I do think that Tauruses are making significant progress in the month of July. They're seeing a shift in the energy in the month of July. There is this sense of reorientation that's going to have to happen because of the incoming opportunities or circumstances or situations or people that is coming into Taurus life. It feels like, you know what they say, the best way to describe like an eclipse is like when the lights go, like it's a stage, when the light, okay. So the way that I've heard someone describe eclipses is like this. It's like when you're watching a play and they like turn down the curtain, turn down the light, and they reset the entire like scene. So it's a new scene and then you have new players. Like that's kind of what eclipse season is like. It's like massive structural changes that shifts the storyline and moves it along. And sometimes people are gone and now there's more people there. It feels like Tauruses is kind of having like a mini situation like that happen in July for them. It's like, okay, the set changes, characters changing, like positions are being swapped out, opportunities are being swapped out, things are just like shifting. And that can be a lot for Taurus energy in general, because Taurus doesn't necessarily like to move a lot. Taurus doesn't necessarily like to be upended and surprised necessarily, you know, especially if it's gonna like mess up a certain rhythm or flow that they have in their life, or not even mess it up, but cause them to have to like reorient a little bit. Taurus is like to get into something and stay in it and not move from it. And so I love that the bottom deck energy, Taurus is here, which is so funny because under that is potential. And under that is Mars, which Taurus is currently in Mars right now, which is why I think a lot of Taurus placements are experiencing movement. They will be experiencing like a lot of movement in July, like a lot of like there is motivation to act. There's motivation to, and I don't even feel like it's just like Taurus to act outside of themselves, but it feels like the universe is acting upon Taurus as well in the month of July. I love to see it. I'm a whole Taurus in the way, I don't want to make this about me, but I will receive some active movement, some shifting of the characters, shifting of the scene, shifting of the set. I 100% embrace that energy right now. So let's get into the tarot. What does the tarot have to say? Okay. What does the tarot have to say? Or not even what the tarot, Spirit, what messages do you have for my Tauruses in the month of July? What do they need to know? My Taurus energy. What messages do you have? So I like my cards to pop out, literally as I say that. Thank you. I like my cards to pop out. Okay. What do my Tauruses need to know for the month of July? Huh. That's interesting. Okay, there's a lot of reversed energy here, but I feel like I need to keep going because I'm kind of getting a story, but I feel like I need more cards to kind of... Oof, okay. There's something really good coming to Taurus in the month of July. Let's do that too. Because this is Truthfully Tarot. And I want to speak the truth in love. But, you know, sometimes the truth don't feel good. Sometimes it hurts before it heals, right? And I am all about growth and healing on this channel. That's really important to me. Okay. I love it. Okay. Okay, so Tauruses, it feels like a lot of us, and I include myself in this as Taurus, Sun, Taurus, Mercury, and MC in Taurus. It feels like a lot of us Tauruses are navigating some type of disappointment or loss. It feels like we have the Five of Wands here. And then we have, well, it was reversed. So we had the Five of Wands and the Page of Wands reversed. Right? And then we also have, and then we also have the Ten of Swords reversed as well. Ten of Swords, Five of Wands, Page of Page of Wands. All of these cards came out reversed for Taurus. So it feels like for a lot of my Tauruses, you've been feeling like quite stuck in certain ways, and not necessarily like, oh, things are bad, but you just kind of feel like there hasn't been a lot of movement. And some of my Tauruses are navigating a sense of loss, having lost something, lost someone, or an opportunity of sorts. Like it doesn't have to be like related to a person, but it could be like an opportunity or a friendship. But there's just this sense where there was some conflict and think something was ended. It's over. And it feels like it was an opportunity that didn't even really get for you to fully realize. Like for it to be a Page of Wands reversed, it's definitely giving me the energy of like something you were working on, something you were working towards, something that you wanted to see like eventually become something. Like it doesn't feel like, it could have been a couple of years into something, you know? It just feels like there was some conflict and there was a definite ending. And like now you're like settling from that energy. I feel like this is just like a read that I just did. It feels like with the Ten of Swords reverse and the Four of Swords reverse, you're like starting to come out of this like healing and mourning like phase or energy where it's like the sting of what happened isn't stinging so bad or so hard. It's still like sad, but now you're ready to really start making moves in a different direction. You're really starting to make moves and like not be so under what happened regarding this opportunity, person, place, situation, whatever it is. It's like you're coming up for air. It feels like, and it really got you thinking some type of way just about your life and your purpose and your career and your relationships. Like it just really got you maybe questioning and doubting yourself a little bit with the Eight of Swords here. Like just this sense of like, you're not actually in trouble. Like you're not actually like, you could get out of this if you want, but there's this mental sense of feeling imprisoned and feeling trapped. And I think whatever happened really had you thinking about like your value, and if you know, it just had you questioning a lot. That's kind of the energy that I get is Tauruses have been like questioning a lot. Like, am I the problem, or is it really, you know, this situation, or like, do I need to adjust, or like, wow, I wasn't prepared for this to end. Like I wasn't prepared for my stability in this area to be ruptured in some type of way. Like, and yeah, and just the fact that the wands are reversed, it just feels to me like it could have been people involved. Like it just, yes. My Tauruses are working through getting over some type of loss and some type of situation that didn't quite get off the ground the way you wanted it to, didn't quite get to nurture it the way you wanted to nurture it before this ending. And you're starting to get over it, essentially. You're starting to really come to terms with it and really start to prepare for the next steps in your life, which makes the third house and Leo energy really key here, because the energy, like I said, is pop out and show, like ready, you've been working on something. And I feel like some of the Tauruses have been really working on themselves. They've been really putting themselves out there and trying to, you know, heal and get over things and just figure out life and not readjust, but to adjust, you know what I'm saying? And so it feels like, you know, in July, there is this sense of overall readiness to move forward with your life. That's just kind of the energy that I got. It's like you are ready to move forward with your life. You're ready to really step into the next phase. You have really thought about and contemplated this situation, you know, with the Four Swords reversed. You've really meditated on what happened and how it happened and why you think it happened and why you think you know, whatever. Like I feel like you've meditated on it and you're really getting to this place of like letting the daggers of what happened like drop out of your back, like ready to just kind of be like, all right, that was that. Like it really sucked and it really caused a halt. Like it feels like for some of you, your life just came to a halt. Like whatever happened, your life just kind of was like standstill. And in July, there is this uptick of energy. There is this sense of movement and communication and planning and just putting yourself out there, becoming a lot more social in July. Yeah, there's just this sense of hope that is restored in July. Which when I said the good things coming for Tauruses, we have the Nine of Swords reversed and the Star upright. And so like letting go of some type of anxiety, letting go of some type of stress, some type of worry, some type of thing that just really had you bogged down, and just really just like some of my Tauruses have been, you know, struggling a little bit. It's been kind of rough out here for some of my Tauruses. And so there is this sense of July bringing a sense of hope, a sense of healing, a sense of realignment. It feels like your stars realign in July. For my Tauruses, it feels like your stars like realign in July and you course correct in a very significant way in July. And I think that for a lot of my Tauruses, it's going to feel a bit like a bit of relief, but also like movement and change, and things are different. And like I said with the set analogy, you have to engage with different characters, you have a different set, so you have to get familiar with everything and everyone. And so it's really like my Tauruses really went through a ending that is now leading to the new beginning, and it feels like July is the beginning of the beginning of the new beginning, if that makes sense. Like July is a clear energetic shift for my Taurus. This is like a line is being drawn in the sand in July, and you've walked over that line. And so now, like, you're not going back over it. Like, you've accepted, all right, it's like when a character in a video game gets to a new world or new level. Like, that's exactly what it is. It's like, it's like a character getting to a new world. And I love, look at this. We love to see it. Okay. We love to see it. I get so excited. So as I was talking, the Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune has come out. Okay. Queen of Pentacles is a Taurus. Like a man or woman, this energetic archetype represents earth signs, earth energy. Pentacles represent earth energy. So Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And this is just really giving, honestly, let me do it this way. It's really giving, as you invest in you and as you reinvest in you, Taurus, the universe starts to invest in you. It feels like after this shift and after this change that happens in your life, and after you've had this period, however long this period has been, you've had this period of just kind of being stagnant, trying to come to terms with everything and just feeling all the feels and just like all the things, and just honestly allowing yourself to be a little stuck. And that's okay, because sometimes we need it. But it feels like as you begin to nurture yourself, Taurus, as you begin to work your own garden, so to speak, as you begin to really work on yourself more and work towards the things that make you happy and that open up doors for you, the universe begins to really like double down on you, and you begin to see like the results of your manifestations like a little bit faster. It feels like July moving forward. It's like as you invest in yourself, the universe like, bet, say less. Let me give you a little bit more. Oh, you're going to invest in yourself in this way, bet, say less. Let me like dump a little bit more. It just feels like the wheels turn in your favor the more you focus on you, the more you focus on your gifts, the more you focus on your why, the more you focus on the things that you have in your path that you actually have control over, right? There are things in our life that we don't actually have control over. And so let's not focus on those things, because it's not like there's anything you can do to control it. So then what can you control? And it feels like the universe is blessing your efforts to really take life by the horns, so to speak, and really just kind of release yourself from the energy of what has happened and just fully step into this like new world, this new sequence, this new turn of events that kind of opens up in the month of July for a lot of my Tauruses. I love that. Because yeah, you guys are walking away. You're walking away. And it doesn't matter if whatever happened in the situation, there's always this point in time where you as a person have to decide what you're going to do in relationship to what was acted upon you or what you experienced. And so what I mean by that is like, if something happens to you, you can choose to stay fixated on what can happen, or you can choose to go like walk away, go find your happiness or whatever else you need elsewhere. Like you don't have to stay fixated on the thing that you encountered or that you experienced. And because Taurus is fixed energy anyway, like we tend to fixate on things. We tend to like be stubborn. We tend to like put 10 toes down and then 10 more times. We tend to put 10 toes down and then 10 more toes down, because why the fuck not? It's giving Taurus. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. And so that's what a Taurus is going to do. But then when life happens and you're forced to have to shift and you're forced to have to adjust and you're forced to have to make some changes, you know, that can be a little bit difficult for Taurian energy to navigate. But it just feels like the more you invest in yourself, the more you put yourself first, the more you focus on nurturing what is in your capacity and your control, it just shifts karma in your favor. It just makes the universe engage with you a little bit differently and help support you on your journey. It's like, as long as you're stagnant, what can the universe do, you know, other than like rip you out of stagnancy, you know, whatever. But it's just like the universe wants to support you. And, you know, I feel like that language is so like woo woo, and I obviously dwell in woo-woo land, but I try to stay grounded. I have a lot of earth energy in my chart, but you get what I'm saying. I feel like sayings like the universe is always in your favor, people are just like, that's so cheesy. The universe is not always in your favor. But I do think that if you are going to have a belief about something, the universe, let's say, how the fundamental mechanisms of reality operate in my relationship to it. Like if you can layer on a belief about that facet of existence, why not lay a belief of like hope and like goodness and like something that could potentially spur you on to continue in the midst of difficulty? You know what I'm saying? So why would I, with my own free will and choice, want to believe, since I'm a meaning-making creature, that the universe is out to get me and that everything is shitty and that like it's never gonna work out for me, and like really like live in this like space of fear? Like why would I willingly layer that on top of like my understanding of reality? Like I'd rather choose something hopeful. I'd rather choose to believe that somehow things, if fuck shit is gonna happen, let that fuck shit happen in supportive of my journey and my existence on this fucking planet for the brief amount of time that I am on this planet. Wow, that was a real tangent there. Let me know what you thought about that. Let me know what you thought about that. Let me know, because that's me. All right, Taurus. I think that's it. Like I don't have anything else to say really. Like it feels like things are getting lighter for you overall. It feels like things are getting lighter. Things are getting a bit easier. Like life is easing up on that ass. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Life is easing up. So that's good news to me. Like I feel like that's real. Like I could get on here and be like, you about to get so much money and your shit is just about to da-da-da. I don't know. I don't know if you're about to get money. Are you about to do what you need to do to get money? I don't know. The universe knows that, but you know, I want to support you in like helping you make a decision if you need a little bit of confirmation. You know, I feel like that's the best way to relate to these kind of videos anyway. Like I feel like with tarot, the best way is to just be very, one, open-minded, and two, understanding it's all information. Just understand that it's all information and that I am a subjective being relating to you a very subjective message, and you have to use your internal instruments to discern if what I'm saying is applicable to your life and makes sense and is supportive of your highest good. You know what I mean? And so I feel like when we use tarot like that, it becomes like a tool that is beneficial for us, you know? And that's, I think, why I want to be of service to the collective consciousness in this way. So yeah, I think that's the best way to relate to it, and to know that like you are always the final say. Like it's never something outside of you. Like it's always you, you know? And so we can use these tools, these modalities to help us confirm or show us if we are, you know, listening to ourselves or making the right decisions. And they're aids though, you know? So, but I don't think you should be using tarot to find out about it's easy to abuse this practice. So I think that we all could definitely work on what it means to have integrity and energetic boundaries in a field like this, where we're asking for esoteric knowledge about things we don't really know about. So we can have this discussion in the comments for real. Peace out. Love you, Taurus.